Alright guys, gonna be making a run for Master 1 today with Gimmick Puppets. I do have a bit of a cold, so I apologize if I kind of blow my nose a little, although I will try to edit it out in post-production. Yeah, we're 4 wins away from Master 1. You start out with being 5 away, but I did one of the matches yesterday because I wanted to complete all my missions. So I'm actually just going to start off by doing a replay of that. I don't remember what happened. I think I just FTK'd in that match, so we'll see. Yeah, I mean, occasionally I actually do have some interesting matches with Gimmick Puppets that are kind of back and forth. Ghost Bell is a new card that I'm playing now. I didn't have that in my last. It's pretty good. It's not like broken or anything. Yeah, so this actually, using Foolish for Terror Baby is very interesting because we basically have the option here of either going Foolish for Terror Baby to stop Ash Blossom, going Foolish for the Bisque Doll to stop Imperm, or going Foolish for Fiendish to not play around any hand traps and guarantee the FTK. Now, what I did is I just summoned Little Soldiers first, because if they have Imperm, they might just use it on the Little Soldier, and then I kind of know, like, okay, here's what I want to do. But they didn't, so I thought, okay, well, maybe then if they don't have Imperm, which, by the way, they could still have an Imperm, but, it's slightly less likely now. But if they don't, they might still have Ash. So I decided to Foolish for Terror Baby, not guarantee the FTK, but the idea is, hey, I can still end on a pretty good board, and I will have played around Ash. And especially because I have a Maxi, a Ghost Spell, and an Imperm, I'm kind of like, okay, even if I don't FTK, I'll be fine. If these 3 cards were like something else, something that didn't let me FTK but wasn't very good interaction. Like, probably the best example would be, say if I had 3 Maxis in my hand, instead of Maxi, Ghost Spell, Imperm, then I might just try to go for the guaranteed FTK. That's kind of my thought there. But the reason that this is not a guaranteed FTK is because we're gonna need another monster at the very end. So we didn't draw into a monster, or actually, sorry, we're gonna draw a card off of our strings. We're gonna draw a card off of this guy, and then if that is a monster or some card that searches a monster, then it's an FTK. And I actually, at some point, I think I want to post like a short guide that just kind of shows how the FTK works. And I say that because in some of the other guides that I read, and then this expansion allows us to FTK, some of the other guides that I read kind of like overcomplicated it. Like when I was learning the deck's FTKs, they'd be like, oh, if you have this card and this card, you FTK, and then here's how sort of the combo plays out. Which is fine, but like I think there's a way of simplifying it because all of the FTKs are actually very similar to each other. And if you sort of understand the similarities, then I think it conceptually becomes a lot easier. So that's something that I'm considering. But anyways, let's get to a real duel here. So that was our first one. And, last time I did this, I posted the climb to Master 5. And I just kind of rolled everyone. Got a little lucky. The content, I'm going to be honest, it wasn't that great. It was just like, oh, I summoned a Little Soldiers. My opponent scooped. Next game. Oh, I activated a mansion. My opponent scooped. I hope the content is a little better than that, right? So this is pretty likely an FTK. Our opponent would need, like, a lot of good hand traps for this to, like, not be an FTK. You know, especially because we have Called by the Grave. One of the nice things about Ghost Spell is that it stops, like, the DD Crow effects. Okay, our opponent just scooped. I swear, this is, like, probably the only time in my life I will ever complain about winning too much. Because if every game is like this, it makes for such bad content. And I'm trying, guys. I am. Like, I wanna get you some good content. Let me know, like, maybe if there's, like, a better way that I can do this, where instead of, like, me recording this sort of as it's happening, I maybe sort of, like, pick out the interesting games and just show you the replays of those. Let me know, like, what kind of, like, format that you'd want to see. Like, what would give the most value for you as a viewer. Because, you know, I know a lot of you want to get to Master 1. Some of you maybe already are in Master 1. And, you know, I think showing that content of, okay, here's how I got there, I think that can provide value. But I think there's a better way of doing that, perhaps. This time I'm going second. And my deck plays, like, quite a lot of hand traps. You'll notice I do not have any. Oh! Our opponent elected to go second himself. So basically, this means that he is on Tenpai Dragon. You know, 100%. So yeah, this is very likely an FTK here, unless he kind of has, like, some sort of weird hand trap. So what I am going to do is we're gonna Terror Baby to stop him from using Imperm on our little soldier. And then we're gonna send Bisque Doll. So now he can't Ash, he can't Veiler, he can't Imperm. Okay, so he does have that. This could very well still be an FTK, just because we have, like, a lot of ways to extend our combos here. But yeah, you know, and actually he can't Imperm now, because he has a card on the field. So that actually makes our life in many ways, like, a lot easier, just knowing that he cannot Imperm. And I think, to be honest, like, he could have used this better, perhaps. But anyways, I'm not going to try to talk too much, just because I don't want to run out of time. To be honest, like, you know, this is 99% chance this is Tenpai Dragons. I'm not sure, like, how good the matchup is for us, I'll be honest. Now, don't get me wrong, like, I think it's close. I don't think either deck, like, totally just rolls over the other one. I'm not gonna sit here and pretend like that's the case. And there might even be, like, a better way to order this. I'm just doing, like, the standard order here. Yeah, and he just scooped. So yeah, and one of, like, kind of the cool things you can do after the game is you can actually check your opponent's deck list. Just if you're curious, like if you FTK'd, you want to see, oh, I wonder what he was on. I wonder how many hand traps are in his deck. So yeah, let's see what decklist he was on. Because it is kind of interesting. Looks like a pretty standard Tenpai Dragons deck, to be totally honest. Ghost Bell is just becoming a more popular card in general. I can talk a little about why that is. Part of the reason that Ghost Bell is, like, deceptively good is because I've noticed that there are a lot of cards in the game that aren't necessarily interacting with the graveyard directly, but have text that are like, oh, add a card from your deck or graveyard to your hand. And if a card has that or graveyard in it, that basically means you could just negate it with Ghost Bell. So, like, Big Welcome Labrynth is probably the best example of that, where it says, special summon a monster from your deck, hand, or graveyard. Now, normally you're not special summoning from your graveyard, but even though that's the case, you could always negate it with Ghost Bell, which is pretty cool. And I like it because it can negate Called by the Grave. So it's weird that Tenpai Dragons is playing Called by the Grave. I know I said this is like a standard list, but the fact that it's playing 2 Called by the Grave isn't very standard. But like, for example, say I was going against Tenpai and like on his turn I maxied him and then he chained Called by the Grave, I could then chain my Ghost Bell to negate his Called by the Grave, which is also kind of nice. But yeah, I'm not gonna get into that too much. You all just probably want to see the next game. So yeah, we're on a 3-match win streak here, and it is weird. It's like, I have been getting very lucky today. Like, you see all these wins, but then you'll notice, like, I had 4 losses in a row, too. So it's like, you know, it's like, you win some, you lose some, right? Like, I think one thing I've noticed personally that holds some competitive players back is that they want a deck that, like, has no weaknesses and is just gonna win every game. And deck building with that mentality, I find, is... It's often not helpful, I'll put it that way. But anyways, we're going first again. This is actually a... guarantee. Well, no, Terror Baby. Yeah, he could Ash. Well, no, if he Ash Blossoms, we have Called by the Grave. Maybe I should have just Condolence Puppeted first, just so that he can't Veiler us. So yeah, we'll just Condolence Puppet now. Because Rogue Doll Terror Baby actually is a guaranteed FTK. So yeah, it's actually a little unintuitive, I think, for some people to just normal summon this right away. But this actually is the optimal way to play this. Okay, and he just scooped. I swear, I don't plan this out, guys. This isn't scripted. I'm not trying to just have my opponent scoop every single time we make a play. But that is what happens sometimes. And I will say, one of the things I noticed, because, you know, 15 years ago or whatever, I was playing combo decks. Sorry, my alarm went off. What I was saying is, like, basically a long time ago in Yu-Gi-Oh, I would play FTK decks, you know, when they were available. I played things like Frog FTK, I played things like Gishki FTK, etc. And what I like about FTK decks, or just sort of, or very fast combo decks in long tournaments, is the fact that because occasionally you just get a free win, it allows you to conserve some of your mental stamina, right? Sort of like your brain power. What can happen to some people is that they're challenged by the sort of endurance aspect of a long tournament, right? Like the first few rounds, you know, they got a good sleep, they ate their breakfast, they're, you know, feeling refreshed, ready to go, and then by like round 7 they're just out of gas, right? And they're not thinking as well as they were before. And I find that occasionally getting a free win sort of allows you to preserve that. And even though, you know, ranked ladder on Master Duel isn't really the same kind of environment, the same principle applies, which is that if you want to just grind Master Duel day in and day out, you know, it helps preserve some of your mental stamina. So like for today, I feel like I've used very, very little of my stamina, even though I've already played, what, 4 games or something? And we are on a crazy win streak here. I mean, not too crazy. I mean, 4 in a row isn't, you know, anything to write home about. But given that all you need to do is win 5 in a row to rank up, you know, that's quite good. So we'll see what happens here. You know, I wouldn't mind just our opponent letting us go first again and it being Tenpai Dragons, let's say. Oh, so we are going first again. Sometimes, though, it's like, I'm not gonna lie, sometimes you go first and you just, like, open 5 hand traps and you lose because of it. So if our opponent has just absolutely no interaction, this is an FTK. And I'll be honest, I'm not 100% sure what we're supposed to be searching. Probably just little soldiers is fine. And then it's a question of, like, we already have Rogue Doll in our hands. So is there a reason to just go directly into Cattle Scream? So let's say... No, I'll just get Rogue Doll. Okay, so he's gonna Ash. And then what we could do now is we can special summon the Bisque Doll. And then still have, like, another Rogue Doll in our hand for next turn. So that was kind of, like, my logic there, I guess. Yeah, we might very well just lose this game. Like, if it's Tenpai Dragons, it's gonna be, like, kind of rough. But I think we just have to let our opponent draw too. I mean, we don't have to, but I think it's the correct play. I was actually kind of hoping he would just, like, imperm us here, just because it wouldn't have mattered if he did. So yeah, it's like... Most likely, I'd say we're losing here. You know, I'd put our odds at winning this game at, I don't know, you know, maybe 30%, let's say. But it's like our board isn't bad, right? It's like we end on this board because of the fact that we know we have a chance to win. It's not that we're likely to win, it's that I'd rather have a chance than no chance. What the hell? He's playing Traptrix, okay. Note that our field spell does protect us from monster effects, which, I don't know, could be relevant. Yeah, I mean, this will probably be, like, a decent game, right? Because our opponent's playing a grindy deck. Traptrix, it's like, I don't think they normally play, like, Floodgates, right? Like, I don't think they play cards like Lose a Turn that we just get rolled by. You know, I don't think they play cards like, I don't know, you know, There Can Only Be One, which we just get rolled by. You know, I don't think they play Summon Limit. I don't know, maybe they do play Summon Limit. But, like... Oh, I forgot they have a Link 1. Hold on. Yeah, I'll just kill this. I mean, he does get an extra normal summon from the field spell. I don't know, I guess there's Maxi. So the card, he can activate it by discarding one normal trap. And then this is unaffected by any trap effects. I don't know, I'm just gonna take control of this guy. Oh, so he's actually just gonna set like 1,000 back rows. Which is, I mean, fine, I guess. I'm just gonna start off by doing this. Well, that is kind of unfortunate, because that, like, basically stops their whole turn. I mean, I guess you just attack, right? I don't really think we have much else we can do. Yeah, that's pretty unfortunate. Yeah, there's not really a whole lot we can do. We just have to say go. Our opponent's probably just gonna win now. Yeah, just because he gets to go into that thing. You know, sometimes I do get disconnected, but this is like the first time that I've gotten disconnected while I'm playing Master Duel. Yeah, I guess they just gave me the loss there. Which I guess is okay. I was probably gonna lose anyway. You know, I live in Cambodia. My internet connection isn't always the greatest. But, you know, well, I guess assume that I probably would have lost that one anyway. So now we need 2 more to get to Master. Who knows? Maybe last game there were some spots where I could have played better. I don't know. Now this is kind of interesting. It's like, again, this is one of these spots where it's like we can either go for the FTK or not. I am gonna go for the FTK here, and just hope that he does not have an Ash. Okay, he does not have an Ash. So yeah, we need to Condolence Puppet now for Fiendish Knight or whatever the hell it's called, and then add that to our hands. And then use the effect to special summon Cattle Scream. And then if our opponent has absolutely no interaction, this is an FTK. And actually, even if our opponent imperms this guy, it's still an FTK because we opened... Oh, okay, that's just GG. Alright, yeah, it's good. Yeah, that guy does kind of beat us if we don't have the field spell. So if we have the field spell in play, that card just does nothing because our field spell makes all our guys unaffected by it. But yeah, I just conceded to save time. You know, I know I could have played it out, tried to see, oh, what deck is he on, etc., etc. But we just get rolled there. So yeah, you notice I've lost 2 in a row, going second now. So, you know, this type of thing happens sometimes. Oh, this would be such a sweet hand if we were going first. Even going second, it's okay. Going second, though, I kind of wish we had another hand trap. Yeah, because see this would be the time where it would be nice if we had the ghost spell to negate the called by. But the problem now is that most likely our opponent is going to end on a really strong board and we won't be able to fight back. I mean, that kind of goes back to what I was saying about, like, you know, you can't just build a deck that can beat everything, right? So is this the one that searches like a field spell? Oh no, is this something else? Oh, okay, so we searched Tearlaments Scream. Oh, okay. Tearlaments, I think some of their opening boards we can actually fight back against. I mean, it depends like how nutty is his turn 1 here. But, you know, Tearlaments, I would say, are kind of like a tier 2 deck. You know, sometimes they do really broken stuff. And it's interesting because he's playing like a 40 card Tearlament deck. That's not something you see a lot. But we'll see what he can end on. It's like we only opened 1 hand trap, but then sort of the silver lining is, well, the rest of our hand is just all gas. right? So if our opponent, say, you know, makes some sort of guide that can negate one of our cards, that's pretty much fine because we just have a lot of really strong cards and he won't be able to negate all of them. Probably should be paying attention to my opponent's graveyard to some extent. I don't know what all these cards do. You know, I'm still a bit new to the metagame here. And what, he mills himself for 5, I think? Oh no. That's yeah, okay, now he mills himself for 5. And the Tearlaments caster that just mills himself for more, basically. Oh, and now he can fusion summon something. Is this card broken? I gotta read. That includes an effect that special summons. You can negate the activation if you do. Okay, sure. I don't think he can use that to negate it, because, yeah, the effect doesn't... It has another effect that special summons, but... So, I think we have to... Oh, no, we can use Sark. Yeah, we can use Sark to pitch our Terror Baby. I should have done this in, like, a different order, to be totally honest. Because the problem now is if he, like, kills our Sark... Okay, but we baited his, Shuffler. We could just Ghost Spell it, actually. Yeah, I think we should probably just be Ghost Spelling here, right? And then now we activate this. Oh, so I can't special summon Rogue Doll? Obviously, he's gonna call Rogue Doll. Okay. I don't even know if calling Rogue Doll there is, like, optimal per se, but... I don't know, I still like my odds here. Oh, shit, I can't kill his whatchamacallit. Oh no, we can just make a rank 8. Okay, so he gets to fusion summon again. Yeah, I think we just lose now. I'll play it out this time. I'm not just gonna scoop. I know that some people probably don't want me to do that. But yeah, our opponent had like quite a lot of interaction. Actually, he had way more interaction than I was expecting. I was like really confident we were just gonna win. But you know, this does happen sometimes. You know, you go second, your opponent has too much interaction, and then you just lose. You know, it's a thing that happens. And it's like kind of unfortunate because, you know, we had the Biscuit Doll to stop him from targeting our Gimmick Puppets, but then he just targeted our 2 Horus guys instead. And then what did he have to... Oh yeah, then he had Black Goat Laughs to stop the Rogue Doll. The Black Goat was really good, actually. And I maybe should have, like, considered that, because it makes sense for a Tearlament deck to be playing Black Goat, because it's a good card to mill. But then he didn't mill any, so then that increases the odds that, like, he has it set. I probably should have, you know, thought of that and then thought, okay, is there a way I can play around Black Goat Laughs? I mean, that's a pretty hard card to play around, to be honest. But, you know, maybe if I had the read that he had that, I could have, you know, sequenced my plays in such a way that it, you know, wouldn't have mattered that he had it. I could have even Foolish for something else. Like, if I had Foolish for, like, Fiendish Knight instead of Bisque Doll, then it's like I could have continued, you know, I could have continued to combo. Well, maybe in this case I couldn't. I don't know. I think I was probably losing this game one way or the other, to be totally honest. And what does this guy do? All right, so that's the content you guys are here for, you know, just watching me get rolled. So yeah, the way this works here for this video is I'm gonna keep playing until I either rank up to Master 1 or rank down to Master 3, and that might take quite a while to either move up or move down. Because if you just go win lose win lose win lose win lose over and over again, you could be stuck here for days. So I might have to record this video over multiple days. You know, we're not there yet. But obviously, you know, at Master 2, it's pretty high rank. There are a lot of good players. We're starting to get kind of unlucky with our coin flips now. I mean, don't get me wrong, this deck can definitely win going second. But you're certainly not hoping to go second, that's for sure. Yeah, and this hand is like... Well, actually, no, we have Maxi Ghost Bell, which is like pretty decent. I mean, this Happy is more or less a brick. And I know this Melodious deck or whatever has become, you know, kind of more popular lately. I know it's, you know, a pendulum-based deck. So yeah, we want to Maxi now. And then if he has Called by the Grave, we do get to Ghost. Yeah, unfortunately he has the Ash, though, not the Called by the Grave. So because of that, like, we're probably losing. I'm not sure what stuff in his deck Ghost Spell can negate. I'm sure there's something, but I don't know, you know, what it is. And these Melodious decks, they do tend to, like, you know, they have some pretty strong boards. Yeah, this guy's like, you know, they can't be targeted by card effects or destroyed by battle. And everything is like special summon from the deck. It's not like special summon from the deck or graveyard, right? Because if it was, we could just Ghost Spell this guy. You know, and I will say it's like, you know, before in my old list, I had Ghost Ogre in place of Ghost Spell. And, oh, sorry, what does that do? What effect is he even using? Oh. Okay, fine, I guess I'll just Ghost Spell that. It's probably not going to matter very much, but it is what it is. But anyways, I was just going to say that if I did have Ghost Ogre in place of Ghost Spell, this would be like the one matchup where it's just way, way better. I also think Ghost Ogre is, well, I don't know. Against Tenpai Dragons, I think it's debatable which one is better. I think they're both, like, kind of medium. Against, like, little Labrynth, though, like, I think Ghost Spell is a lot better than Ghost Ogre. Yeah, this is gonna be a hard thing to deal with. Yeah, it's that many face-up cards your opponent controls to the hand. So if we manch it, he's just gonna bounce it, like, right away, right? Is that something we're okay with? Or do we want to, like, go Rogue Doll? I feel like we're kind of, well... Yeah, I think we're kind of forced to just do it this way. Oh, he's just gonna let us. That's weird. Is there something I'm missing here? If you control blah, 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 blah. I don't know. Maybe our opponent just doesn't know how our deck works or something. Because the fact that he let our mansion resolve now just makes me think, like, okay, maybe we're just winning or something? Like, I mean, he could have a second Ash. Does he just really have a second Ash? Is that it? Oh, okay. So let's see. This is, yeah. They cannot be destroyed by card effects, but we can still FTK him. Okay, so we've used a little bit of our clock. I'm pretty sure if he targets, like, the mansion and our thing, I think our monsters are still unaffected, right? Right, he targets all 3. Yeah, then the 2 just stay here. So now we just FTK him. Yeah, he just... Our opponent, that was like a huge punt. If he just used his fusion guy to just bounce our mansion as soon as we activated it, I think we were losing there. So that's entirely on him. I'm glad, you know, that we interrupted our losing streak. But yeah, we need 3 more. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I will say it's like, with this deck, sometimes you get, like, free wins because your deck is broken. Sometimes you get free wins because people just don't really understand how your deck works, and they sort of, like, use their interaction on the wrong card. I'm not saying it happens a lot, but, like, it definitely does happen, right? And this is, like, one of those hands. That would be, like, be great hand going first, but going second. So what is this? This could maybe be, like, Branded Despia? Yes, 60 cards with the Bestials. Probably Branded Despia. Yeah, looks like it is. Yeah, I'm not feeling good about this one. Especially, like, opening, you know, double rank up magic. Tell you, if this second rank up magic was like 1 hand trap, I would feel a lot better about this hand. One of the annoying cards to deal with from this deck, because for some reason, Branded Despia, it's become more popular lately. Probably the most annoying card to deal with is Super Poly. I actually think Super Poly is, like, one of the best forms of interaction in the entire game, but not every deck can play Super Poly. This is one of the decks that can play 3 of them with, you know, very little opportunity cost. So that's, like, kind of the main thing that I am worried about when I face this deck. You know, one of the things, like, I've wanted to kind of add to my deck too, but I haven't had the resources to craft it yet, is maybe just, like, a couple of generically good rank 8 Exceed monsters, so that when I open, like, this going second, I could maybe, like, you know, Sark 2 level 8s into play, go into a rank 8, and then, like, use that rank 8 to sort of break up my opponent's board or get them to use some of their interaction. You know, not that, like, the other rank 8s we have are total shit, but sometimes I think it can be good to, like, have some sort of niche options for, like, these corner cases where you're like, oh, if I just had this rank 8 in my extra, I could have, you know, disrupted such and such. But yeah, our opponent's gonna end on, like, a billion fusions here. Alright, so let me just... I hope the game audio wasn't too loud, because I was looking at OBS and it seemed kind of loud. But I could be totally wrong. So I should probably look at... Yeah, fusion summon, blah, 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 blah. He can send... So I think, like, if I recall how this deck works, there are ways that he can, like, fuse his stuff from our side. Like, one of the branded guys does that. So I think the play here is to do that. Oh, that called by is pretty good, actually. Yeah, that's actually a really good called by the grave. I'm not gonna lie, I think we're just losing. But we have to try. We have to try. Yeah, still doing okay on time. Also, you can send, and you can banish a monster on the field. So we're just gonna force him to use this. Again, it's unfortunate that we opened like double rank up magic, because it's basically like we started with one less card. Yeah, I think we're just absolutely boned here. Yeah, and now he just has a searchable hand trap, essentially. Oh yeah, that guy's not a hard one per turn. Yeah, what was a scoop here? I mean, you know, nothing. That was not a very good hand. Definitely not a good going second hand. But you know, you can't just open the nuts every game, can you? So yeah, we're back to being 4 away. And it's like, you know, with any deck, you know, it's ranked best of 1. You are gonna have these streaks where it's like, oh, you know, I haven't been opening good cards. Oh, I've been going second every game. I mean, you know, it's just life, right? Yeah, this hand is. It would be much better if we were going first. I'll put it that way. If we're going first, this is pretty likely FTK. I will say though, Centurions I think is I actually think it's like a really strong matchup for this deck, but we don't really have a great hand going second. You know, it just kind of depends on, like, okay, how nutty is our opponent's turn 1 gonna be? And this is like another matchup where Ghost Ogre would be better than Ghost Bell. You could really play either one. You could play one of each. It's like, I think against like the top tier decks, most of them, I think Ghost Bell is better. But like, there definitely are some decks where Ghost Ogre is better. I could definitely like have my opinion changed here. Okay, so this is actually a pretty tame opening, right? And I will say, like, now, you know, if our opponent has Called by the Grave to negate our Imseti, like our last opponent did, we can Ghost Spell it, which is really, really nice, actually. So yeah, we're just gonna discard one of the Condolence Puppets, because, well, we have 2 of them. That's fine. So he's gonna go special, and then he's gonna make a... Oh, he's gonna make a Baron de Fleur. I think, right? Or is my math wrong here? 8 and 4. Is Baron de Fleur 12? I think it is. We could use Called by the Grave to stop him from adding. Oh, in fact, we could have chained this to stop him from specialing it in the first place. I guess we'll just use it now. But yeah, I always sort of forget the other mode of Called by the Grave, where it's like, oh, if your opponent's doing a thing that's a copy of a monster that's already in the grave, you can banish, yeah, the one in the grave to negate the one on the field. I always, like, in my brain, I think of Called by the Grave as, oh, this is a card that counters hand traps. When in reality, that's not what it is. That's, like, only half of what it does. Yeah, let's just go spell this. So yeah, that misplay of not stopping him from specialing that and then go, yeah, this might cost me the game. This very well could cost me the game. So why is he not going into shooting? It's very strange, very strange. I actually think we can FTK through shooting, but we're a little low on time, which is, you know, going to pose a problem. Or sure, whatever. Yeah, not shooting. Same shit, you know. So yeah, I think we just do this. Does he have, like, Solemn Judgment? Because, like, it keeps pausing. Oh, he has... I didn't realize that worked that way. Okay. I didn't realize he could negate and inherit someone. I need to read cards better. Alright, yeah, we just lose now. This was actually, like, a huge punt. Yeah, this is like a huge punt on my part. I should have used Called By to stop him from going into that guy in the first place. And then he's just going to get his guy back, and then we're dead. So yeah, I mean, we had the game where our opponent punted, and then we had the game where we punted. I mean, that's how it goes sometimes, you know? But, you know, we just try to learn and then not make the same mistake next time. Yeah, sometimes I don't give my own cards enough credit. Called by the Grave is a very versatile card. Our opponent's letting us go first. You know, 90% chance he's on Tenpai Dragons. We've got Called by the Grave, which is a nice little piece of interaction. Alright, so we didn't, like, chain a Maxi or something. I mean, I will say this is one of those games where if our opponent has no other interaction whatsoever, this is an FTK. But that's, you know, saying, oh, if our opponent has no interaction whatsoever, that's a pretty big if. Yeah, now the problem is that... Now the problem is that we probably just lose. Because our opponent... It's like, damned if you do, damned if we don't. We could just, like, kind of end here and just not let our opponent draw cards. Like, that is something that we can do, and I'm honestly considering. I think... it's close. It's actually close. But I think that actually is the best play for us here. So I'm just going to... So if we were to special summon this Fiendish Knight, And our opponent just drew nothing off the maxi. Didn't have any Imperm, any Veiler. We could FTK, but that is just so ridiculously likely. That's like a 1 in 1,000 chance. I think my plan is going to be just pass and hope that the Imperm is enough to stop us from getting OTK'd. You know, I'm not sure what the numbers say, you know, in terms of, like, is that the highest EV play? But this is, you know, a case of... It's basically a case of, you know, it's a Sophie's choice, right? We're picking between two shitty options. And he's probably not going to special summon, but I'm just going to chain max C anyways. So yeah, we are almost certainly dead here. I'll let our opponent, you know, play out the OTK. But yeah, it's like, let me know what you think I should have. It's obviously easy to say in hindsight, oh, we should have just let our opponent draw a bunch of cards and then gone for the FTK. I don't know. I really don't know. Oh, we do have Ash. Does Ash stop us from getting OTK'd? I don't know, maybe. I don't think it does. But we'll try. Oh no, he's gonna go into... Yeah, we're just dead. Because he goes into the 7, goes into the 10... And yeah, this is more than enough. Be cool if we had Battle Fader, but you know, that's not really a thing. Drew the Ghost Spell a little late. Yeah, I mean, we had some other options to that game, but yeah, I think that game really was kind of a Sophie's choice. So yeah, we'll see. We're on a bit of a losing streak now. Lose 3, win 1, lose 3. So we're now back to square one here. We now need 5 to rank up. But I mean, at least you guys are gonna get a lot of content, that's for sure. And I swear, I felt like we've gone second like 10 games in a row. Well, I mean, last game we went first, but, you know, it was against Tenpai Dragons. I feel like against every non-Tenpai Dragon deck, we've gone second. And this is, you know, if he doesn't Ash our Maxi, this is a pretty good going second hand, right? So this could be like... I feel like it's probably like Labrynth, or it could just be Stun. Could be Draco, but I don't think people play Draco at, you know, this high elo. I'll just chain Maxi. Our Maxi is basically going to be an upstart goblin, which against, like, Labrynth is about, like, all you can ask for. And then now we go spell the big boy. Like I said, this is one of the matchups where Ghost Spell is, like, so much better than Ghost Ogre. And Labrynth has... I feel like it's gotten a little more popular lately. Probably one of, like, the 5 most popular decks now. Oh, we just drew into another Ghost Spell. Okay. You know, this... Depending on what his interaction is... You know, we could FTK here. Yeah, Ash is not like a standard choice in Labrynth, but you know, I think it's good. Not gonna hate on it. So we discard the obvious Cattle Scream. And and we'll just kind of go into rank 8 and see what he does, right? We'll just sort of test the waters here. So then... yeah, you could have cannons. Yeah, I think we're just gonna do this. Yeah, I think we're just gonna special summon Cattle Scream. And I think I'm just gonna go to battle phase. Yeah, I think I'm just gonna go to battle phase. Does he have enough cards? Or, sorry, do we have enough cards? I don't think he has enough cards to banish everything. 4 plus 6 is 10. Okay, we just lose then. Yeah, I mean, that's how it goes. I get it. And in fact, there's probably like a better way we could have sequenced that. to play around the cannons. So that was actually my bad. We could have played around the cannons and did it. So I think that was another punt, to be realistic. And now, because we've lost so many in a row, we are at the stage where if we lose a rank. Because it's basically like, it's kind of all based on like win streaks and loss streaks. Oh, this is a really sweet hand. And I'll just, yeah, we'll just Rogue Doll now. Doesn't seem like he has any interaction, so I think this is just an FTK. I guess if he, like, imperms this, we don't FTK. Yeah, okay, this isn't an FTK. But we're still gonna end on, like, a really strong board. Or maybe, I mean, we're gonna end on a very good board. I'm not sure if I don't think this is an FTK. But we are going to get an extra normal summon. We can use that normal summon on Terror Baby. I don't know, it's going to take me a while to figure this out. So I'm going to like sort of try to play fast. So, yeah, I think we can go... activate this. Yes, I will. So now I think the idea is... we special summon this. Oh, he conceded. I actually really would have liked to have played that out, because I wanted to see if it was an FTK. The play was to use Terror Baby to special summon the Bisque Doll, and then bring back Cattle Scream, use Cattle Scream and Bisque Doll to go into a rank 8, and then use Terror Baby and Little Soldiers to go into the Link monster. And I think if I did that, it would have been an FTK. But I had never played out the FTK with that exact sequencing before, so I wanted to sort of mechanically do it to sort of, you know, build those neuron pathways and understand, like, okay, here's the exact way I'm supposed to sequence to get this particular FTK. The good news, though, is that we did win, and hence we are no longer in the if we lose, we rank down situation. So, you guys are going to get a lot of content. Every time we're one away from ranking up, we lose. Every time we're one away from ranking down, we win. You know, there's going to be a lot of games. And I will lie, I have played some of these games poorly. I'll be the first to admit it. But we're gonna try to play better. And it looks like we're going first. So we're not gonna Condolence Puppet yet. We always, you know, we want to Mansion first here to see if he has Ash. Well, actually, if he has Ash Blossom, we can just go Called by the Grave. See, I think we Yeah, we just Condolence Puppet for Biscdal, and then this is an FTK. Yeah, and having opening double Called by the Grave going first is actually just kind of unfair. Yeah, it's like now we just say get fucked. Yeah, he just scooped. Yeah, that was not very fair. Now, if he had ashed, or no, if he'd ashed our mansion, we still would have used Call. Yeah, there is no way he was winning that unless he had like, you know, Bestials to disrupt our grave, because Called by the Grave can't stop that. It can stop DD Crow, but it can't stop Bestials. Nibiru also wouldn't have worked there because our field spell stops that. Okay, guys, 3 more wins for Master 1. Are we turning it around? We definitely went on a cold streak before, but you know the question is, I don't know. I think we can win this. Yeah, we're going second. We can beat this guy. I believe. This is a pretty reasonable going second hand. I mean, opening service puppet play, yeah, obviously it's not ideal. Sure, we'll just dash that, I guess. Oh, he's playing like Centurion? What? Hold on. How did he? Oh, it gets a pyro, not a fire. Yeah, this Veiler, this guy. But yeah, I've never seen like Bestials and Centurions in the same deck. I don't think I have. Who knows? Maybe that's like some standard deck that everyone knows about, but I feel like I haven't seen that before. Because when he played Bonfire, I was thinking like, oh, maybe it's some sort of like, I don't know, Snake Eye thing or something. So is this guy a tuner? Okay, that guy's not a tuner. I don't know. Hopefully if we just imperm this guy, like, his turn is over. That's my game plan, at least. I mean, he's got 2 more cards in hand. So we can get another... So this one, I think maybe this one is a tuner. Yeah, this one is a tuner. Oh, and then now we can go into a... Is that Baron de Fleur? I always forget. Is de Fleur a 12 or is it a 10? I'm guessing it must be a 10. Because every time our opponent said 12, they didn't make it. So I'm just stupid, I guess. Alright, I gotta read my opponent's shit. Target a face-up monster. Okay, he can banish something. I don't know, our opponent might just have too much interaction. Oh, drawing the Rogue Doll is nice, though. And that's... Hold on. I think, yeah, this is the one that's the tuner. I don't know. We'll just do this, see what happens. And then now he can go into Cosmic Blazer. Yeah, like, I don't think we can beat that. I mean, I'll try my best. I mean, we could just go into this guy. I don't know, that might be... The problem is, I feel like if we do that, like, it's not, you know, it's not going to be good enough. Like, can we actually win if we do that? The problem is if we Rogue Doll, he's just going to use Cosmic Blazer to negate it. Oh, maybe what we do is... Yeah, I think we have to go into this. Oh, because he just uses that. And then now we can't do anything else, so we lose. Okay, okay, yeah. Yeah, that didn't work. But if we went into Rogue Doll, he would have just negated it with the Blazer. I don't know. That was a tough one. I mean, maybe we could have used our hand traps better. If there was a way to win that game, it was probably with using our hand traps better. That's, you know, that's my gut feeling at least. Well, this is a wonderful, wonderful going first hand. Yeah, I'll just get this to extend our combos just in case we need it. Because, you know, we don't really have... Yeah, okay. Probably should have just used the Terror Baby earlier, but it's fine. So yeah, he can't Ash. He can't Imperm. He can't Nibiru. So yeah, he just scooped. So, gonna play another one. The pattern seems to be that most of the games we've gone first, we've won. Most of the games we've gone second, we've lost. Going first is definitely better. I don't think it's like as better as people think necessarily. Like, your win rate going second, it's going to be less than 50%. But it's not zero, right? Because I feel like people watch these games and probably say in the comments, oh, this deck can't win when it goes second. And it's like, I see what, I mean, like, you know, on one hand, that's like a valid point, but it's also kind of an extreme point, right? It's not that you can't win when you go second, it's just that it's harder to win when you go second. But yeah, this is probably an FTK. Well, maybe not. I mean, we're gonna play the Called by the Grave. It depends on what card we draw off the Imseti, I think. Let's make it a good one. Oh, that wasn't what I was looking for. Oh, the Joel is pretty good too. So we can't add anything from the deck to the hand. Which, I mean, that definitely does shut down our... Yeah, this could just be like Tenpai Dragons, and we could just be getting destroyed here. Yeah, if we're up against Tenpai Dragons, there's like almost no way we're winning. And I have a feeling it is, just because often it's the case that when a deck plays quote-unquote weird hand traps, that it is Tenpai Dragons. And this is one of those games where I kind of wish I just opened the rank up magic naturally, as it would make our board a bit better, but, you know, it is what it is. So we can go into a rank 8 of our choice. You know, we can't search with this because of the droll. And I mean, we could like go Cattle Scream into another rank 8, but it doesn't really accomplish anything. So I think we'll just say go, and we'll probably just lose to a Tenpai Dragon OTK. But, you know, anything can happen, right? Yeah, I mean, we'll just Ash that and hope that's good enough to stop the OTK. Oh, shit, I can't because of my Called by the Grave. Oh, I forgot. Yeah, we just lose now. Yeah, we just lose. I mean, we're losing anyway. It's like we threw away our Ash for no reason. Yeah, I'm like 98% sure we're dead here. But yeah, this game, some of the other games I lost, I think I misplayed. This game, we were just dead no matter what. Just because, like, you know, we used the call on the Ash, and then he drawled us. Like, Droll is one of the better hand traps versus our deck, but Droll is not a very common hand trap. Like, it's... What is this guy doing? I am so confused. I mean, you're probably just dead anyway, but I don't know why he's going into this guy. I don't know. Yeah, because he can just go into... All he needs to do is go into Trident Dragon, right? And we're just dead. Am I crazy? Oh, wait. How does he get over our 3100 defense guy? Oh, with that. Okay, fair enough. And then now he can attack and then use these two to go into Trident Dragon. Okay. Okay, yeah, and then he just synchros for anything. Yeah, Tenpai is rough, especially when they're running like Droll. So yeah, the Ash into the Droll kind of screwed us there. I had a feeling we were going to be dead after I saw the Droll, because I'm just like, well, he's probably on Tenpai Dragons. Probably just going to get destroyed. It's also kind of unfortunate that, like, we drew 2 Ash after we used Called by the Grave on his Ash. We didn't really have, like, a lot of choice. Like, we couldn't just let our opponent Ash us there. So I think we won the roll and elected to go first. So if he only has, like, 1 hand trap, this is an FTK. And he has to imperm our guy now, or this is an FTK. Okay, he did not. So yeah, so now he just... Yeah, we Condolence Puppet for Terror Baby, use the Terror Baby to stop the Ash, and then now he's just dead. Unless, again, he has some weird hand trap like a Droll. I guess if we had, like, Ghost Bell, that would also stop us from FTKing. I think. Yeah, Ghost Bell would stop us from FTKing. You know, just hypothetically if he had that. Also, I'm not gonna lie, this might sound crazy to some people. I'm playing 41 cards right now. I have considered cutting Service Puppet play from my deck just because I don't want to dead draw it. Like we did here. Like, obviously here it's fine because we're FTKing anyways. But in general, like, you just never want to actually draw Service Puppet. And because of that, I've considered just cutting it. Yes, I know we can, like, search it off this guy. But, like, searching it off the, you know, this guy, it only matters in the games that you're not FTKing. Right? Because if you FTK your opponent, but you draw an extra card... Oh, man, he actually does have the Ghost Spell. So I'm trying to think. I mean, we could go into the link, but I don't think we really want to, right? I don't think there's, like, a compelling reason to do that. I think this board is just already fine to begin with. We can go into the link, summon Rogue Doll. I mean, yeah, I think we'll just Condolence Puppet to protect this guy. And then say go. I did call it out, you know, I did say, like, well, if he has Ghost Spell, we're not going to be able to FTK. And then he had it, you know? It's like, that's part of the reason why it's a good card. And part of the reason that I run Ghost Spell is so that I can use Cross Out to counter our opponents, but of course, we didn't have a cross out. So it's actually Gimmick Puppets from our opponent. And then I think the play here is we chain Service Puppet and take this guy. And then now I think our opponent is going to have a tough time. Because it's like, yeah, I can't target. This is actually the first time I've played a Gimmick Puppet mirror match, believe it or not. But I think he's gonna go, yeah, he's gonna go Rogue Doll into Cattle Scream into a rank 8. We use this to blow it up. Okay, or that. So yeah, we just use our, whatchamacallit, our CXYZ to blow up this rank 8. Why can I not? I don't understand. This doesn't target. Oh, it does target. Oh shit, I didn't even realize that. I didn't even realize that this guy targets. Yeah, I just figured it was like, oh, and your opponent special summons a monster, kill it. But it's like, no, it says target one of them. I just straight up had no idea. And clearly he opened his Cattle Scream, so that's one of the 4 cards in his hand. I don't know, I think it's gonna be hard for him to FTK here. If he FTKs us, like, I'll give him props, because this is a hard position to get out of. But yeah, it's good to know this guy targets. And then he's gonna go into the Link, I assume? Yeah, we might just be dead here, actually, because we're gonna take 3k and burn, and then all he has to do is just 5k more in battle damage. Yeah, I think we're just dead. Oh no, he doesn't have little soldiers in his grave. Oh no, but he is gonna have it in his grave, because he's gonna blow it up, so then he'll be able to use little soldiers to make this guy... Yeah, we're just dead. Oh no, this guy lives, actually. I don't know, maybe this guy living will help us somehow. I mean, it does make it harder for him to do the battle damage. Yeah, because this guy's in defense. Okay, now we're just, yeah, we're super dead. What monster effect did we even use on his turn, though? I'm trying to think. I don't know. It's weird. I didn't think we used a monster effect on his turn, but clearly we had. Oh yeah, I'm not gonna lie, the ghost spell just straight up won him that game. Because we had an out to every other hand trap, basically. We had it out to Ash. We had it out to Veil. We had it out to Imperm. We had it out to Nibiru. The Ghost Spell is definitely a good card in the mirror. And him having a ghost spell and being able to, like, play around all of our interaction, you know, pretty strong. And then from your deck or grave to the hand, yeah, I'll just maxi now because he's gonna draw a card. I don't even think I've seen this guy before. Some sort of, like, ritual thing? Oh, I think I have played against this deck once. I don't remember exactly how it works. I think last time I beat it, and, like, but it was because my opponent, like, didn't really do anything. Alright, well, we're gonna draw some cards off Maxi. And one's an Ash Blossom. I don't know, I guess I'll just Ash this guy. Yeah, he's gonna search a trap, and traps usually stop me from FTKing, so stopping that, I don't know. Makes sense to me. Terror Baby's a good card to draw. So I think versus Maxi here, the plan is just let him draw a bunch of cards and hope that we can, you know, hope that we can kill him anyways. All right, let's see if he does anything in response to Mansion first. So I think the plan is search Rogue Doll, activate this, summon Little Soldier, dump Bisque Doll, activate Bisque Doll, activate Rogue Doll, and there's not, like, a lot of cards. Yeah, there's not a lot of cards that he can draw there that really matter. Right? Because, you know, if he draws Valor, it's useless. If he draws Ash, it's useless. Like, yeah, I mean, he knew how that game was gonna go. So we're 4 away. And I think it's gonna be tough. So, like, theoretically, I think if you have a greater than 50% win rate in your current rank, you will eventually rank up. I think that's how it works. And our opponent, yeah, our opponent won the flip and elected to go second. which means he's on Tenpai Dragons. Well, other than opening Cattle Scream, this is really good going first hand. Oh man, if we were going second, would have sucked shit. Okay, so he's gonna Ash us. So yeah, I think the plan is we're just gonna Condolence Puppet for Bisque Doll. Activate Bisque Doll, and then FTK. Unless our opponent has, like, a weird hand trap again. Like, if we get drolled, we get drolled, you know? Oh, also, if he has Bestial Guy, we just get absolutely owned. But he does not have Bestial Guy. Or again, if he has like Ghost Spell, that's another one that we can't beat. But we beat all the normal hand traps, right? We beat Valor, we beat Imperm. He's already used his one Ash. And then, yeah, then we just go ahead and draw a card here. I don't know, it seems like it doesn't have any interactions. Should be an FTK. And we still got plenty of time left on our clock, so no need to rush. That's not a very good card to draw, but, you know, we're going to FTK anyways. First world problems. And then we get that guy back. Okay. And there's multiple ways that we can kill him now. We'll just do the standard one. So yeah, we just bring back any level 8. And then we go into Grinder, kill his guy, rank up, kill his other guy, and then that's 5,000. Let me see what time it is. See, at my time, it's almost noon. So I'm gonna play a couple more games and take a lunch break. And then possibly either keep playing more after the lunch break. You know, might have to go to tomorrow. Like I said, this could be like a multi-day session here. You know, I will say, I got up to Master 2 very, very quickly. But believe me, I did not for 1 second think that, oh, that just means that, you know, every win is free. Like, you know, everyone at this level, they all know what they're doing. You know, 95% of these people are playing very good decks. And they know how to play them. So, yeah, I think we want to... Yeah, we want a Foolish. Normal. All right, I'll just let him do that. I'm not gonna waste my call. So yeah, the idea is that we're gonna Bisque Doll. We're gonna use Bisque Doll to stop, you know, Valor and Perm, and then we have the Called by the Grave to stop Ash, and then it's like, hopefully that's good enough. So our opponent is going to draw 2 more cards here. Alright, and then the plan is to use Called by the Grave, counter the Ash, and then we hope that we can FTK through that. But it's definitely not guaranteed by any means. Because he could draw into like a Ghost Bell, he could draw into Nibiru, he could draw into Ghost Ogre. Is there a reason to special summon one of his guys? I don't know, probably not. Oh no, it stops him from using more of the Mulch armies. So I think actually, yeah, I will. Oh, actually, it's not really gonna matter. Because he's already used 2 Mulch army effects, he can't use more. Let's see. We're just gonna go get strings. So yeah, he is going to be able to draw 2 more cards off his Molch armies, because our Link is going to special... Or, I don't know, we're going to special Fiendish from our hand at some point. But it doesn't really seem like he has much at the moment. So yeah, I don't think I'll special summon now. Oh yeah, and actually, yeah, that's a normal summon, so he draws another 2. And then, what do I have? Okay. So yeah, we'll just activate this. Our opponent is going to draw another 2. All right, well that's game then. I actually, at some point, I am gonna make a video on sort of analyzing the Molch armies and how good they are, because they do see some decent play in competitive decks. So you know, if you want to be here when that video drops, you know, be sure to subscribe and whatnot. So yeah, we are 2 wins away from Master 1. I'm gonna take a bit of a break here. All right, guys, I am back from my lunch break. I even fed my cat, so we are 2 wins away from Master 1, and I am ready to go. I will actually, you know, I realized that I got this far and didn't actually show the deck list yet. I had just kind of in my head assumed, oh, everyone probably saw the last video. But, you know, not necessarily. It's the same deck list that I had from the last video, except I cut Nibiru and Ghost Ogre for 2 Ghost Bell, as I think that particular hand trap is a little better in the current meta. Like, I'm not going to sit here and pretend like, oh, I know the exact, like, ranking order of, oh, this hand trap's better than that one. Some of it is just guesswork. But for now, we're playing Ghost Bell. Cut the Triple Tactics talents to get down to 41 cards. In a perfect world, you want to be playing 40 cards, right? You know, I see some Gimmick Puppet lists that are 40 cards, some that are like 45 cards or 47 cards, something silly. Ideally, you know, you want to be playing 40, but I wasn't quite able to get down to 40. Let me just... So realistically here, you know, I might not go 2-0, but I think I'm going to get to Master 1 eventually. And I think most of you people watching this, I think you all can too. Like, you don't have to be some sort of Yu-Gi-Oh prodigy to get to Master 1. That's how I personally feel. I definitely misplayed some of the games. There were like, I'd say there was like at least 1 or 2 games where I should have won and actually just punted. But you know, that's how it goes. Here I think we're just kind of hoping our opponent doesn't have Ash. I don't know, he might just not have any interaction. If he doesn't have any interaction, he is, yeah, he's actually dead. I mean, he shouldn't have scooped that early because he didn't know that we had the Foolish to search, Fiendish thing, Fiendish Knight, and extend our combo, but he scooped anyway. I'm actually kind of surprised how little I play against Gimmick Puppets, and yet, like, 90% of the players seem to be perfectly aware of how it works. And if anything, they almost give the deck too much credit sometimes. Some people, I think, do just scoop too early. All right, guys. 1 win away. No pressure. I think there was a time earlier in the video where I was also 1 win away, and then I just went on like a massive losing streak. But we've climbed back. Oh, this is high stakes. Both of us are, you know, if you win, you gain a rank. I am going first. What do you think, guys? Do you think we're gonna do it? You think we're gonna do it? Let's just open an FTK hand and get this over with, right? Well, again, this is a classic. If our opponent has no interaction, we're gonna FTK. But that is, you know, saying if our opponent has no interaction, kind of easier said than done, you know? We might get ashed here, but even if we do get ashed, we still can kind of end on a decent-ish board because we have the Bisque Doll in our hands. Yeah, I think I'm just gonna have Ash here. I mean, he might have Maxi, but we're just gonna Ash. So, you know, if our opponent has no more hand traps, we have TK. So we want to stop the, you know, the draw. Because if we let our opponent draw a bunch of cards, well, one of them is likely to be a hand trap. Pretty straightforward. I'm actually going to, yeah, I'm going to Cattle Scream his Molcharmy into play. Just so that, like, if he had the Imperm, he would have to use it now, and then we wouldn't have wasted our guy's effect. That's just the correct play. Let's do this in the normal order here. So yeah, it seems like our opponent doesn't have anything. I like our chances. He could be sandbagging like a Ghost Bell. But let's, you know, again, let's do this slowly. You know, make sure we don't mess anything up here. Gonna activate the Cattle Scream. Detach a guy. I don't know, guys. I think we're gonna do it. I think we're gonna do it. Our opponent, like, he could be sandbagging like a Nibiru or something, but that's like about it at this point. If he had any other hand trap, he would have just used it by now. We did it, guys! Master 1, let's go. It was fun. You know, it took what? It took like 2.5 hours to get there? Master 1, I want to see if I get a rank now. Because there's like a numerical rank. And I think you only get it if you're in Master 1. Okay, yeah, you've reached the highest rank. Oh, so now there's like a separate section for people that have, only people that have reached Master 1. You know what? I'm gonna do one just so that we can see what it's like. Yeah, who've reached? Yeah, there'll be a ranking of the top 10 players each season. So yeah, since we haven't played it all, we still don't have a rank. But I guess you start at like 1500 elo. Let's yeah, let's do one game. I want to do one match so that you guys can see what it's like. I don't know what it's like. I mean, I assume it's just the same except you're playing for rating. So his rating is actually below 1500, but it says he's in the top 50%. So I don't quite understand how that works. All right, well, we'll that's a pretty good draw. So yeah, this is pretty likely to just be an FTK here. I mean, we opened like double rank up magic, which isn't very good. So yeah, with this, we can stop all the standard hand traps. He can't Veiler, he can't Imperm, he can't Ash. I mean, yeah, he can Maxi, he can draw more cards. Yeah, I mean, the plan here, I think, is just, you know, let our opponent draw a bunch of cards, try to FTK. It's not guaranteed by any means. You know, he has to draw, like, very, very specific cards. Hold on, how did my... Oh, yeah, I couldn't use Cattle Scream. I forgot that. That... No, it's fine. I mean, that makes things, like, slightly awkward, but... So, yeah, we just detach Cattle Scream. And just give him this. He's gonna draw 2, I think. Oh, wait, this isn't gonna work. Because I specialed the sky too early. Yeah, this isn't an FTK, actually. Well, hold on. We can use... Yeah, let me think about this here. Yeah, this doesn't work. Because we're going to kill both of these. He's going to take... Yeah, it's funny. Did I mess that up somehow? Because, yeah, we couldn't detach... We couldn't detach from our rank 8. Yeah, I think I could have sequenced this way better. Yeah, this is my bad. I'm just gonna concede. Well, I don't know. Maybe the card that we draw off this allows us to FTK. But I'd say it's fairly unlikely. But yeah, I sequenced this all wrong. So yeah, we'll just concede because, yeah, we can't FTK. Yeah, that was kind of my bad, I think. Unless, is there some way that having the extra rank up allows me to do anything? Nah. Yeah, we just lose here. But anyways, that's what Rags play is like. Kind of an anticlimactic ending. But yeah, it's like, just think about it this way, guys. If someone with my monkey brain can get to Master 1, you can too. You can too. So, you know, if you need some Master Duel tips to help reach Master 1, make sure to subscribe and whatnot, because there will be more content coming soon. Thanks for watching. Oh, and if you want to see the video from my rank up to Master 5, that's over here. Go watch that too, guys.